See No Evil by Billy Collins. No one expected all three of them to sit there on their tree stumps forever, their senses covered with their sinuous paws so as to shut out the vile, nefarious world. As it happened, it was the one on the left who was the first to desert his post, uncapping his ears, then lopping off into the orbit of rumors and lies.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. Well, that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. Well, that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way.
To the National Enquirer. I've always felt with the National Enquirer, haven't you?
Yeah.
That if there's a little rumor, it has to be true.
Well, with the I have to say, with the John Edwards scandal, they were absolutely on target.
About a lot of
and
stuff.
Tiger a lot of that.
So
But
according to the National Enquirer,
Right.
Yes.
Frank Langella is now living in my apartment.
Yeah.
He's about 6'4". I don't know where he's hiding.
shaking now?
We are getting married this summer.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And Whoopi Goldberg, who was and still is a friend of Mr. Langella's.
Yes.
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 You gave me you gave me your blessings.
I did. Oh, cool.
Are you
Come on,
are you
girl. Go
officiating?
and get married.
So the whole point of this is that the tabloids have their moments. This is such a... I'm sorry,
It's true,
Frank. You know,
right?
this is so ridiculous.
Oh, so we can
but
be
there are always
true.
anonymous people who really know who's this, who's that. So if he's in my apartment, I don't
I
know
want you
which.
to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false.
But also into the realm of symphonies. The sound of water tumbling over rocks, and wind stirring the leafy domes of trees. Then, the monkey on the right lowered his hands from his wide mouth and slipped away in search of someone to talk to.
Oh, you know, I read your book last night.
Oh, so you're the one.
Do you still counsel veterans?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Well, I gave it up when my wife got sick.
You ever wonder what your life would be like if you never met your wife?
What, wonder if I'd be better off without her?
No, I'm not saying like
No.
better off. I didn't mean it like.
It's all right. It's an important question. Because you'll have bad times, but that'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to.
And you don't regret meeting your wife?
Why? Because the pain I feel now? Oh, I got regrets, Will, but I don't regret a single day I spent with her.
Some news he could spread. Maybe something to curse or shout about.
If Lieutenant Kendrick gave an order that Santiago wasn't to be touched, then why did he have to be transferred? Colonel, Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do. Object! And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose! Your Honor, you had Marcus inside a phony transfer. Your Honor, you doctored the logbook. Damn it, Captain! You coerced the doctor.
Consider yourself in contempt.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
And that left the monkey in the middle, alone with his silent vigil, shielding his eyes from depravity's spectacle. Blind to the man whipping his horse. The woman shaking her baby in the air. But also unable to see the russet sun on a rough shelf of rocks. And apples in the grass at the base of a tree. Sometimes he wonders about the other two, listens for the faint sounds of their breathing up there on the mantel, alongside the clock and the candlesticks. And some nights, in the quiet house, he wishes he could break the silence with a question. But he knows the one on his right would not be able to hear, and the one to his left, according to their sacred oath, the one they all took with one paw raised, is forbidden forever to speak, even in reply.